Highfields, New Jersey, 1932. 20-month-old Charles Augustus Lindbergh was put to bed at 7:30 p.m. The nursery maid went to go check on him, but she found his crib empty, and a ransom note was placed on the windowsill. A $50,000 ransom payment was made to the alleged kidnapper, who remained anonymous. However, little Charles Lindbergh was never returned.
When stolen, he was dressed in a white sleeping suit. His hair is fair and curly. His complexion is light.
A month later, the child's body was found. A man named Richard Hopman was convicted of extortion and murder, but a lot of their evidence didn't completely match up. I'm Payne Lindsey, creator of the podcast Up and Vanished. I spent the last year and a half investigating the disappearance of a school teacher in Southern Beauty Queen named Tara Grinstead, who vanished from her home in Ocilla, Georgia. Ocilla is a small town, and in Tara's case, everyone was a suspect, just like the Lindbergh kidnapping. This theme, everyone is a suspect, is what inspired Agatha Christie to write one of her most famous novels, Murder on the Orient Express, featuring Hercule Poirot. In this story, Poirot battles against time to find the killer aboard the train. Agatha Christie weaves her story drawing from her interest in the Lindbergh kidnapping, as well as her own experience aboard the Orient Express. In November 2017, Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express makes its newest debut as a feature film adaptation.
Would you mind if I join you? You're the world-famous detective, Hercule Poirot. Avenger of the innocent. Is that what they call you in the papers?
And you are innocent?
You're fun.
20th Century Fox invited me aboard the real Venice Simplon Orient Express to get a better feel for the atmosphere. Upon boarding the train, I sat down with Matthew and James Pritchard, the grandson and great-grandson of the late Agatha Christie.
To write a mystery story about a kidnapping is not too unusual. Equally, it's not too unusual to write a book about a very enjoyable and interesting train journey you've been on. But to put the two together, that is where the genius of my grandmother, Agatha Christie, came in.
There is a basis of reality, but then obviously the genius is in the rest of the plotting and the denouement.
The Venice Simplon Orient Express is a luxury train service that runs from Venice to London. They use restored carriages from the 1920s and 30s, which gives the whole experience an authentic vintage feel. It felt like I had gone back in time.
We make people happy, we make people live their dream, and that's what we provide.
A butler dressed in full uniform, a bar car with a pianist. The train also had a strict dress code. No hats, no sneakers. As you can tell, it was a different world, and that's exactly what they were going for. Decadent, deluxe, and transporting. Aboard the train with me was a slew of reporters and journalists, and even Josh Gad, the actor cast as Hector McQueen in Murder on the Orient Express.
McQueen is somebody who seems like he's got a couple of secrets, right? Much like all the passengers on the train. They appear to be one thing, and very often a lot of them are more complex than they let on.
In the movie, Kenneth Branagh plays Christie's famous protagonist, Hercule Poirot. Also joining him is an amazing cast including Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, William Dafoe, and Daisy Ridley. 13 strangers are stuck on board this lavish train, and when tragedy strikes, everyone is a suspect. Christie's novel is a testament to how true crime inspires fiction.
There's something about true crime novels that I'm sure for a lot of your audience it's the same. They spark the imagination.
If you enjoyed this taste of Murder on the Orient Express, we'll be coming out with more on a new podcast episode for Up and Vanished, dedicated to the Lindbergh kidnapping, Agatha Christie, and the making of 20th Century Fox's newest true crime adaptation, Murder on the Orient Express, in theaters November 10th.